almost everything in the show really is a last chance, because when you see it, we don't know if it's going to sell out in these presentations or in this show or before the end of the day. Then it's not coming back. And that I can say confidently, especially on pieces like this. Sometimes our clearance pricing is there to make room for new pieces. Sometimes our clearance pricing is there because we know there is no way we can make a piece like this happen at this price again. That is the situation with this cuff. It's J318628, Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. I remember when this piece came out and how I was telling people at home going, ladies, listen to me. The sizes of these cabochons are not returning. And I was right. And not because I guessed right, because our buyers were telling me that Sleeping Beauty Turquoise, with the pricing of it going through the roof and the quantities being depleted across the globe, the sizes that you're getting in jewelry are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's like when you have a piece of a pizza pie and you have these great big pieces, but as it starts, more people are eating, you go, you know what, cut that one in half. Cut that one in half so we can have enough for the whole party. That's what's happening with Turquoise, Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. $52.33 is now your easy payment. $120 is the markdown. Now, I will tell you that in both the silver and the 14 karat gold over silver, we only have average and large remaining. My apologies to those of you who would take the small. If you are over 6.5 inch wrist, still try the average. I am under a 6.5 inch wrist and I have to do the small so that it won't turn. Other than that, I think you're good to go on the average or the large, and I'll show you why. Because it's a hinged cuff in an oval design. So, and we create it like that in order for the stones to sit nicely on top of the wrist. And then look at the beautiful silver work that leads up to these cabs. So you have 4 rows of rope textured sterling silver. That's really thick too. To lead up to these clean, smooth, beautiful, look how thick they are. These are not slices of Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. They are chunks of Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. There are fewer than 100 of these to go around, and then we will bid farewell. Here's the silver choice. Now let me give you a close-up look at the gold. Okay, and the silver is the more limited of the two. And that for me is actually kind of good news. I love the combination of yellow gold and turquoise, especially Sleeping Beauty. Now what is the fury over Sleeping Beauty Turquoise? Why does the world care? And if you watch our Sleeping Beauty Turquoise shows, you know the spiel I'm about to give. But if you're seeing it for the first time, listen. Turquoise has been around much longer than you or I, and it, for centuries and thousands of years past, has been set in jewelry, often in gold. Sleeping Beauty Turquoise ranks among the highest in quality and level of covet in turquoise because of the color saturation and the cleanliness of the stone. We're all used to seeing turquoise with the black rivers running through them. And while I know that that has a very organic and kind of like chunky, cool Southwestern jewelry feel to it, we love Sleeping Beauty Turquoise for its cleanliness and the way it leaps. I mean, look at this on Khadijah's wrist. And I often say Sleeping Beauty, even in tiny little cabochons, still sings as loudly as these large cabs, but look how large those cabs are. Sleeping Beauty Turquoise only comes from one place in the world. It's right here in the US, Globe, Arizona. But the mine from which Sleeping Beauty Turquoise is sourced has been closed since 2012. So for the past 3 years, there have been quantities of Sleeping Beauty circulating around the globe from those who were smart enough to get their hands on it before the mine closed. And it kind of coursed its way through the veins of jewelry for a while until people started to really figure out how precious and beautiful and valuable this stone was. That happened a couple years ago. Then the price skyrocketed, which is why when we brought this to you at this incredible value, when we first had it at QVC's price of $434, I got excited for you. And now that it's $314, even more so. And then we take it down to 6 easy payments and I go, well, here you go. It's the gimme for Sleeping Beauty Turquoise. In fact, now that makes that a good starter piece ironically, given the size. For those of you who have never tried Sleeping Beauty Turquoise before, or if you've been tuning in for ages and you've been loving this stone, you go, oh my gosh, I've got the earrings, now I can get the cuff. I've got this one ring, now I can get the cuff. And lock it in at $52 and change. If I already did this, my apologies, but I'm doing it again. Look at that. A ½ inch from side to side on that cabochon alone. And then when I take it up to the, it's still over ¼ inch from side to side on those two smaller cabs. If you do want the large in the silver tone, fewer than 1 dozen. Here it is in the yellow. Remember, that's gold over sterling silver, cast thick metal holding that in place. $120 off of the original QVC price, but only 3 dozen in, oh no, only 3 dozen in both colors. And I say, oh no, not to be like dramatic, really I'm being selfish because I really enjoy presenting these pieces. And when I go, oh no, I know that unfortunately, while we still have connections and we still get our hands on Sleeping Beauty Turquoise, the pieces themselves are getting smaller and smaller. So this really is a treat for me, and I know for you as well, even from an investment standpoint, when you consider the fact that Sleeping Beauty is becoming more and more rare. So one last look at your 2 choices. $52.33 brings this home, or you can choose to go all in on the clearance price, $314. Either way, 30 days to fall in love, or you send it back. But we're down to just our few final dozen on this. J318628. This is the only Sleeping Beauty Turquoise item in our Gemstone show, unfortunately. But fortunately for you, you caught a look at it before we had to bid farewell to it.